5 zodiac signs are about to quit their jobs, and the Aries Equinox is the reason why. I'm going to tell you all 5 right now. No waiting, no build-up. The 5 signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. If that's you, stay here, because what's coming for you before April is unlike anything I've seen in years. And honestly, one of you has already written the resignation letter in your head. You just haven't hit send. Now, if you're watching this right now, I need you to hear something. You didn't find this video by accident. The fact that you clicked on this at this moment, during this exact transit window, that matters. That's not the algorithm, that's alignment. And I already know what's been happening. Something at work shifted recently. Not a big dramatic thing, just this quiet knowing that you've outgrown where you are. I get it. But here's the good news. That feeling isn't burnout. That's your chart activating. So do me a favor. Drop your sign in the comments right now. I want to see which sign is showing up most, because I have a feeling about who's going to move first. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is your moment. I'm doing deep dives for every sign this equinox season. You don't want to miss yours. Now let me show you what March 20th is about to do to your career. I'm going to break down exactly what's happening in the sky. Why these 5 signs specifically? What transit is hitting your career house? And what's waiting for you on the other side of that leap? Because the universe isn't just closing a door for you, it's building a whole new room. So, what is the Aries Equinox and why should you care? Every year, around March 20th, the Sun crosses into Aries. That's 0 degrees, the starting line of the entire zodiac. Think of it as the cosmic new year, not January 1st. This is the real one, the one the planets actually respond to. And your chart feels it. Every single year, this moment sends a shockwave through every sign. But this year is different, and I need to explain why. In 2026, the Aries Equinox isn't landing in a quiet sky. It's landing in the middle of a cosmic storm. Uranus, the planet of sudden change and liberation, is in a position it hasn't held in years. This is the planet that doesn't ask for permission. It just frees you, whether you're ready or not. And when the Sun hits Aries and lights up this Uranus energy, things that felt stuck start to crack open. Now add Mars to the picture. Mars rules Aries. It's the engine, the fire. The part of you that says, I'm done talking, I'm doing it. Mars is fueling this equinox with a rare kind of urgency. This isn't slow, gentle energy. This is a launch, a catapult. And then there's the bigger picture. The nodal axis has been shifting, slowly pulling all of us toward a truer path. For some signs, that pull has been whispering for months. But during this equinox window, the whisper becomes a shout. And for 5 signs, that shout is aimed at their career sector. So what does this actually mean for you? It means the universe has been setting this up for a while. The equinox is just when the door finally opens. And I want you to picture something. You know that feeling at the airport? Not the rushing to catch your flight part. I mean that moment at the gate when your old city is already behind you. You've checked out of the hotel, returned the keys, taken one last look at the skyline from the cab window. You're not there anymore, but you haven't boarded yet. You're in this strange buzzing in between. The departure board says your flight exists. It's real. It's going somewhere you chose. But they haven't called your group yet. You're just sitting there with your bag at your feet, watching the planes take off through the window. Feeling that mix of nerves and excitement humming in your chest. That's where these 5 signs are right now. You've already left. You just haven't taken off. And the Aries Equinox on March 20th, that's the gate agent picking up the microphone. Now here's the window. This energy is strongest from March 20th through mid-April, about 5 weeks. After that, the tailwind fades. Not disappears, fades. The current is flowing your direction right now. You can swim with it or fight it. but it's moving whether you do or not. And for 5 signs, it's pointing away from their current job, towards something better. So let's talk about those 5, starting with the one I think moves first. Gemini. Oh, Gemini. You've been performing for too long. And I don't mean at work. I mean you've been performing as someone who's okay with where they are. But you're not okay with it. You haven't been for months, maybe longer. You smile through meetings that drain you. You laugh at jokes that aren't funny. You say, "I'm good," when someone asks how work's going. That performance is exhausting. And the worst part? You know you're doing it. You watch yourself do it every single day. Late at night, you catch yourself thinking, when did I become this? That question used to scare you, but now it just makes you tired. And Gemini, tired is the last thing you were designed to be. The Aries Equinox lands in your 11th house. That's your house of future vision, your community, the bigger dream. And when that Uranus energy activates this sector, something clicks. You see the gap between where you are and where you belong. And it's not a small gap, Gemini. It's a canyon. The fog clears, and you think, how did I let it get this far? But here's the good news. You're not jumping blind. Something has been building in the background. A connection, an idea, a conversation that planted a seed you didn't realize was growing. You've been collecting puzzle pieces without knowing the picture. And around the equinox, that picture snaps together. By early April, that seed breaks ground. You're going to look at your current job and realize it's the old city. You checked out weeks ago. Your energy left first, then your ambition, then your patience. The equinox just makes it official. By mid-April, you're going to wonder what took you so long. And the answer is, nothing was wrong with your timing. You were always going to leave now. Next, Virgo. This one is big for you. The Aries Equinox activates your 8th house. Transformation, deep change. The part of your chart that handles release and renewal. And this transit is showing you something specific. The cost of staying, not the financial cost, the personal cost. The parts of yourself you've been shrinking to fit a role that was never built for you. Virgo, you're brilliant at making things work. But this equinox asks a different question. Not can you make it work, but should you? That question lands hard because you already know the answer. This transit gives you something you've been missing. Permission. Not from your boss, not from your family, from yourself. The Aries energy cuts through your overthinking. You're not going to quit because you have a perfect plan. You're going to quit because you finally trust yourself more than the plan. And here's the part that will surprise you, Virgo. The moment you decide, the anxiety drops, not increases, drops. Because the hardest part was never the leaving, it was the deciding. That moment is coming, and it's coming before April. Sagittarius, now you're not quitting your job. Let me rephrase. You're being recruited by the universe. The Aries Equinox lights up your 5th house. Creativity, joy, passion, self-expression. Everything you've been starving for. Inside that cubicle, that office, that role that keeps asking you to be smaller than you are. And Sagittarius, you are not built for small. You know what's been killing you? It's not the work, it's the ceiling. You look up and see exactly how far this path goes. And it's not far enough, not even close. You've tried to make peace with it, tried to be grateful. But gratitude doesn't fill the gap between who you are and who you're becoming. Here's what happens next. An opportunity appears during the equinox window that you did not see coming. This isn't something you applied for, it's something that finds you. A conversation turns into an offer. A side project gains sudden traction. Someone says something over coffee that unlocks a door you forgot existed. It's fast, it's unexpected, and it's real. Sagittarius, you've been at that departure gate longer than anyone. You checked out of your old city a long time ago. You've been dreaming about the destination and wondering if you're crazy. You're not crazy, you're early. And between now and April, the universe catches up. That thing you've been working on when nobody was watching, it's about to become your whole life. And your life is about to become unrecognizable. In the best way. Capricorn, I know. I know you didn't expect your sign on this list. Capricorn doesn't quit. Capricorn endures. Capricorn builds. That's the reputation. And you've earned it. You've outworked everyone in the room for years, stayed late, shown up early, carried things that weren't yours to carry. But here's what nobody talks about. Capricorn has a breaking point, and it's not loud. It's not a tantrum or a blow-up. It's a quiet Thursday afternoon when you look around and think, I've given this everything, and it's still not enough. Not for them, and not for me. The Aries Equinox activates your fourth house, home, foundation, your deepest sense of security. And what it reveals is uncomfortable but liberating. Your security has been built on the wrong foundation. You've anchored yourself to a title, a salary, a structure, things that look solid from outside. But underneath, you've been running on fumes and discipline. This transit says your real foundation isn't the company, it's your own capability. And Capricorn, your capability is enormous. It just doesn't belong where it currently lives. This transit doesn't make you reckless. It makes you strategic in a new direction. You're not going to storm out. You're going to build your exit with precision, quietly, methodically. The way you build everything. But this time, you're building for yourself. Not for someone else's company. Not for someone else's vision. For yours. And the decision happens in the equinox window. The knowing crystallizes. And once a Capricorn decides, there is no going back. The world has never seen anything more unstoppable than a Capricorn who finally chose themselves. Aquarius. I saved you for last for a reason, because Aquarius, you're going to scare yourself. The Aries Equinox hits your third house, communication, ideas, your immediate environment. And this transit flips a switch in you that even you didn't know existed. You've been the observer, the analyst, the one who sees what everyone else misses. You've been watching others make moves while you stay safe, advising friends to take risks, cheering people on while they chase their dreams. Meanwhile, you sit at your desk wondering when it's your turn. Here's the answer. It's your turn now. The equinox doesn't give you a plan. It gives you something more dangerous. Honesty. A moment of raw truth where you see your situation clearly. No intellectualizing. No future tripping. No, maybe in 6 months. Just the fact. Clear as daylight. This is not where you belong. And you're going to shock everyone, including yourself, because Aquarius doesn't operate on impulse. But this won't be impulse. This is months of suppressed knowing breaking the surface, like a seed growing under concrete. One day the sidewalk cracks, and that crack isn't damage, it's life. Something too alive to be contained anymore. The sidewalk never stood a chance. Neither does the job that's been keeping you small. The people around you, the ones who really know you, they won't be surprised. They'll say 3 words. I saw this coming. Because they did. They were waiting for you to see it too. And when you do, Aquarius, when you finally see it, you move with a clarity that takes your own breath away. And there it is. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. If your sign is on this list, this isn't something that might happen. The transits are locked in. The energy is moving. The only question is whether you walk through that door with grace or get pushed. Now here's what I haven't told you yet. Something else is happening during equinox week that most people are completely missing. There's a lunar aspect landing around March 22nd to 24th. It creates an emotional tipping point. If the equinox is the departure board updating, this lunar energy is the moment you stand up. You walk toward the gate. The equinox activates your mind. It gives you the vision. But this lunar trigger activates your gut, the part of you that doesn't analyze, doesn't make pros and cons lists. It just knows. And for the 5 signs I named, that gut hit is unmistakable. There's no thinking your way around it. The knowing arrives whole, complete, undeniable. For some of you, it's a conversation that tips everything. Someone says something offhand, and it's the last straw. Not because it was cruel, because it revealed the truth you'd been avoiding. Maybe your boss takes credit for your work again. Maybe a coworker gets the promotion you deserved. Maybe it's nothing that dramatic at all. Maybe it's just a Tuesday. A completely ordinary Tuesday. And something in you quietly, permanently says, no more. For others, it's a Sunday night where Monday morning feels unbearable. Not sad, not depressed, just done. Clearly, peacefully done. Like exhaling a breath you've held for a year. That's the lunar trigger, and it's coming fast. Now, let me paint what April looks like. Because this isn't just about leaving, this is about arriving. And the arriving part, nobody talks about it enough. So I'm going to. Gemini, by mid-April you're in motion. The energy around you shifts so dramatically that people comment on it. Your eyes are different, your voice is different. The performance is over, and the real you is finally in the room. And the real you has been waiting a very long time to show up. People are going to say, "What happened to you?" And you'll just smile. Because what happened is, you finally stopped pretending. Virgo, by late April, the thing you feared most, the uncertainty, is already resolving. Doors open faster than you expected. Conversations lead somewhere. Opportunities show up like they were queued and waiting for you to say go. The universe rewards your leap with momentum. You thought it would be chaos. It's the opposite. It's the most aligned you've felt in years. Sagittarius, you're building. That opportunity moved fast. You're working harder than ever, but it doesn't feel like work. For the first time in so long, the energy is going toward your vision. Not someone else's quarterly target, not someone else's dream, yours. And that difference changes everything about how you wake up in the morning. Capricorn, you're sleeping better than you have in months. That tension in your shoulders? Gone. The weight you didn't know you carried lifted. Friends notice it before you do. You look lighter. You are lighter. Because you finally stopped carrying a building that was never yours to hold. And Aquarius? By May, you're the one giving advice from experience. Someone asks, "How did you know it was time?" And you smile, because you just did. There was no spreadsheet, no 10-step plan, just a knowing that got too loud to ignore. And now you're living on the other side of it. The sign that felt most scared is going to feel most free. I promise you that. Now, if your sign wasn't one of the 5, listen. That doesn't mean nothing's happening for you. The Aries Equinox activates something in every chart. For some, a relationship breakthrough. For others, a creative awakening. Maybe a move to a new place. A health transformation. This energy doesn't skip anyone. It just hits the career sector hardest for those 5. So stay open. Notice what stirs in you around March 20th. Your chapter is writing itself too, and it's going to be a good one. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you one of the 5? And more importantly, are you ready? Tell me in the comments. Quitting, pivoting, or building your exit plan. I want to see where you're at. Because so many of you are going to say, "I've been planning this for weeks. I already know it." And that's going to be incredible to see. Okay, now let me tell you what to do with all of this. Because knowing what's coming is one thing. Working with the energy is everything. First, on or around March 20th, do something simple. Write down one sentence, just one. Finish this line. I'm ready to leave behind, and complete it honestly. Don't overthink it. Don't make it pretty. Don't edit. Just let it come out raw and real. Then fold that paper. Put it somewhere you'll find it in May. A drawer, a book. Tuck it in your wallet. That's your timestamp, your before picture. When you find it later, you'll see how far you've moved, and it's going to take your breath away. Second, for those of you actually making the leap and you know who you are, listen. The universe opens the door, but it doesn't pack your bags. Get your practical foundation in order. Know your numbers. How many months can you float? Have the conversation you've been avoiding, the one with your partner, your family, whoever needs to hear it. Not, I'm thinking about maybe eventually. No, I'm leaving. Here's my timeline. Here's my plan. Say it out loud. It becomes real when you say it out loud. Update the resume. Polish the portfolio. Start the savings. You can trust the cosmos and be smart about it. Those aren't opposites. The universe respects preparation. It's easier to fly when you've packed light. Third, and this might be the most important one, you don't have to quit your job to honor this energy. Not everyone will, and that's okay. Some of you will renegotiate. Some of you will set a boundary that changes everything. Some of you will start the side project that eventually becomes the main thing. Quitting isn't always walking out the door. Sometimes it's quitting the version of you that said yes to things that cost too much. Quitting the people-pleasing. Quitting the silence. Quitting the settling. Quitting the smallness. You get to decide what you're done with, and you get to do it your way, on your timeline, at your pace. This equinox isn't asking you to be reckless. It's asking you to be honest. And for 5 signs, being honest means admitting what you've known for a while. This isn't where you belong. That's not failure. That's not flakiness. That's the beginning. That's what it sounds like when someone starts telling the truth about their own life. And clarity, once it arrives, doesn't leave. You can't unsee what the Aries Equinox is about to show you. I told you at the beginning of this video that 5 signs are about to quit their jobs before April. Now you understand what's really happening. You're not quitting, you're boarding. The old city is behind you. It has been for longer than you think. You checked out room by room, stopped caring about the things that used to motivate you, started dreaming bigger during your lunch break, caught yourself Googling things at midnight, things that have nothing to do with your job and everything to do with your future self. That wasn't weakness. That wasn't distraction. That was preparation. Your soul was packing its bags while your mind was still trying to make it work. And the Aries Equinox isn't an ending. It's the gate agent calling your name. Your flight is boarding. Your new life has a departure time. And it's soon. If you're one of the 5 signs, I want you to know something. What you're feeling is real. The restlessness, the knowing. That quiet voice saying, there's more for you. That voice is right. It has always been right. You weren't ignoring it because you didn't believe it. You were ignoring it because you did. And believing it meant everything had to change. Well, everything is about to change. Between now and April, your courage catches up with your knowing. And when those 2 things meet, that's when lives transform. If your sign wasn't on the list, you're still here for a reason. I don't say that as a throwaway line. I mean it. The equinox has something for you too. Stay open. Stay present. Notice what lights up in you over the next few weeks. Trust it. Trust yourself. You're more on track than you think. I'm doing sign-by-sign deep dives for the entire equinox season. Every sign, every house, every hidden opportunity. If you're not subscribed yet, now is the time. Hit that button. And if someone you know is one of the 5, send them this video. Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. Right now, not later. Because the window is open and it won't stay open forever. They need to hear this before they talk themselves out of what they already know. The Aries Equinox is coming, and it's not bringing endings, it's bringing the courage you've been waiting for. The courage you thought you'd have to manufacture on your own. You don't. The sky is handing it to you. All you have to do is take it. So grab your carry-on, walk down the jet bridge, and when that plane lifts off, and it will, before April, look out the window, watch that old city get small, really small, until it's just lights. Then turn your head forward, because where you're going, you have no idea how good it's about to be. Safe travels. I'll see you.